it's just not a fit. You're not a fit to do business with that person. It's not rejection. It's just like, yo, you just missed the mark. Happy Thursday, Thirsty Thursday there, Sales Ascender. Today's question comes from James G. He says, Sean, what's the difference between sales disinterest and sales rejection? And I think the very simple answer is perspective, right? If what is rejection, right? Rejection means there's not a fit for whatever it is that you do and whatever it is that they're wanting to put into their world, and that's okay. It's not really a rejection. I think the only time you'll ever find a sales rejection is when you have a traditional salesperson, not a sales professional or a sales ascender, but rather a traditional salesperson just doesn't get the clue, and they start talking and talking and talking, and the prospect's like, yo, I'm done with you. I'm done with you. Maybe, have you ever experienced that? Like, that's crazy. I hate it when I go to like a Best Buy and I walk in there and these guys aren't even very well sales trained, and they just push and push and push and push and push. And it's just, man, like it kind of irks me. Like, I'm sure you've experienced that. But anyway, my point is the rejection would come in a scenario like that where the prospect is literally like, yo, dude, I'm out of here. That's why, unfortunately, that's why a lot of people, when they get nervous around sales and they get nervous around buying stuff, because of these alleged stories they've either heard from other people or possibly they've experienced themselves, and then unfortunately that just kind of bad head trash carries over into anything, right? So that's there is some trash in there that you have to remove if you have it in you. So just, if that's ever you've experienced that, like, just know that you're in the right place, and this is where we get over that stuff. So sales rejection, again, is a matter of perspective. Sales disinterest is the next one, right? So disinterest is good. Disinterest is something that means not now, but you're playing in the right lane. You're doing things in the right alley. You understand that, hey, the service that I offer, the product that I offer, is a fit for my prospect, and it just is not the right timing for my prospect. So that's what sales disinterest could be. And so one of the best tactics that I think will work well here for you, James, is this. It's called the "is it over" move. It sounds like this. It's kind of when you get to this place where you feel it in your gut and you're like, ah, man, like I don't know if it's over with this prospect or not. Like I'm just there. I'm stuck in this limbo place. Just send them the message and say, "Is it over?" Question mark. If you have the courage to do that, that's a pretty bold statement to send to somebody. Usually, you'll get a response like, "Is what over?" or something like that, and then you can explain and say, "Well, we were having this conversation and it kind of went stale. I was just curious, like, should I close the file on my end, or is it over, or what do you want to do here?" Right? And be that person that says, "Take it off the table" move was much more effective than you just continuing to linger and then stay up at night and wonder, like, just, I guess, getting out of the think it over place is the technique here, and it's called "is it over?" And so with that said, I think that technique works really well for you to understand that, hey, it's just not a fit. You're not a fit to do business with that person. It's not rejection. It's just like, yo, you just missed the mark. So I don't like the word rejection. I think it has a negative meaning, so I try to stay away from saying those words. I know that thought and word is very powerful, so I really do focus on, like, what are the best words that I can say in a way. And in fact, I'm going to be coming out with a series that talks about and it goes into neuro-linguistic programming. Again, it's like good and bad. It's very simple stuff, but it's literally, if you always use the majority of good words in all of your communications, then, like, words like rejection are never there. It's not a fit. It's a lot easier to say, hey, it's not a fit, or yo, I'm rejecting you. Like, it's just an easier way to say it. So yeah, I'll be coming out with a series of words that you can instantly just replace in your vocabulary. Like, for example, don't ask for payments. Never ask for payments. Rather ask for investments, whether it's a monthly investment or an amount. Like, here, you have to invest this amount. This is the initial amount. This is the monthly amount. This is the annual amount. Is a much easier word to accept in the ear for your prospects than anything else. And so we've got another really kick-ass member spotlight coming up. James, I hope that answered your question, by the way, man. Please let me know if it didn't. But we got another cool member spotlight coming up next week. If you missed the one yesterday, Ken Moskowitz, like, dude is a stud. Worked with some of the biggest brands ever. Got into some of like his technique of how he does storytelling. So if you're in that space, you want to go catch that thing from yesterday. Next week, we got a really cool one coming up for you guys. We're going to break down, we have an expert in copywriting who's going to break down specifically like VSLs and how to rewrite those and write those, which is great. And then we have another person that's going to be coming up shortly, and she is a doctor in neuroscience of sales, which is crazy. Like, she literally studied sales, and so we're going to be breaking down what is neuroscience of sales, why does it mean that, what is it all about, and that's going to be one of the sexiest like lives that I get to watch. Chris interviewing this particular person. I've been wanting to get her on our show for a minute, and now we have her, so I'm grateful for that. So with that said, guys, lots of really great stuff coming up. James, I hope that answered your question between what's the difference between sales disinterest and sales rejection. Again, disinterest just means that, hey, it's not right. They're not right fit right now. Rejection, you probably shouldn't even use in your vocabulary, so probably take that out and just say, hey, this one's completely like I just missed the mark. I don't know. I guess yeah. If you rewind this and you hear the early part of it, you'd hear my answer, I guess, a little more thoroughly and complete. But with that said, happy Thursday, because Thursday's a great day. By the way, if you're not prospecting today, make some time to do it Thursday statistically. Experts have proven Thursday is the best day to reach out to new people. For whatever reason, people are just more open and receptive to it. So make today an awesome prospecting day, and I hope you fill your pipeline and stuff your sales calendar because that's what we're about here, and we want you to do it. If it's not happening in your business right now, let's go fight win. Love ya, and we'll see you on next week. Hopefully I'll be back up with StreamYard and our other tech, because I got some cool stuff that I wanted to do some show and tell stuff with today. I kind of had to move my questions around. But if you do have a question, please drop it in a comment below. And investment and amounts are magic words. Hey, Chris. Yeah, it's good to see you, man. Thanks for popping on. And yeah, that's it. So with that said, I love you. And I'll see you guys next week. Have a wonderful weekend. Go fight, win, close deals, solve problems, and stuff your bank account.